Assassin's Creed Valhalla is finally here, and Ubisoft games are often chock full of Easter eggs. After all, they're a super passionate studio who loves giving little shout-outs, tributes, paying homage to previous works and other games that have inspired them. Welcome to Chaos Gaming, everybody. As you'd expect, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is packed with Easter eggs. Today, I want to go over some launch day Easter eggs. Now, there are going to be plenty more that are going to be found throughout the course of the next coming weeks and months. So if you would like an update to this in the future when we get new ones, you let me know. Drop a like, make sure you have your notifications turned on. Chaos Gaming is growing. I'm super proud of you guys. And here we go. This month's giveaway is for your choice of a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. All you have to do to enter is drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and leave a comment with your Twitter handle so we can get hold of you telling me which one you want. The winner is picked at the end of the month. Good luck. First up is the Dark Souls Easter egg in Valhalla. Now, Dark Souls has been a massive influence on gaming as a whole. That influence is clear in the new Assassin's Creed games. In AC Valhalla, the devs decided to make that influence even more obvious with a bonfire Easter egg. You can find it in Leicestershire. Hope I said that right. After clearing out some of the enemies, you can head inside the structure and find a bonfire with a sword sticking out and a knight's helmet that is discarded right next to it. This, of course, you know what it is. You can kneel and meditate by it to regain some energy for the next battle. Now, it's hard to find an RPG now that doesn't pay tribute to Dark Souls. That's how good it was. Petting the dogs. Now, this isn't too much of an Easter egg, but it's still worth pointing out because I'm sure it's going to make somebody's day. Yes, you can pet the dogs in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. To pet a dog, here is your tutorial, your how-to. Simply find one roaming around the map, make eye contact with said dog. After a second or two, a button prompt should appear and then trigger an animation where you can kneel down and give the pup some scratches. Now, this is kind of next-gen gameplay that I was hoping to see from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This is where it's at. Next up is COVID. You heard me right. They actually stuck a COVID reference into Valhalla. Now, as all of you know, work on pretty much every major video game got put on hold due to the global pandemic, but most developers haven't referenced it straight up. Well, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, just like the other games, is set both in the past and a modern day, and during the modern day sections of it, there is actually a clever reference to the real-world events going on during development. When you're walking around the lab in modern day, you can go to a computer. You can start reading some emails, and one of those emails will be from Rami Hassan with the subject line, "Disappearing for a while." If you read through this email exchange, you'll see the two characters arguing about why one of them has been so distant recently and then asked if they had contracted COVID-19. It's a small Easter egg, but it's actually pretty cool that it continues to try to make Assassin's Creed more believable in the Coder Day segments of the story. Plus, I think this is the first major video game to actually reference the virus by name. Next up is The Division 2. This one is actually a little bizarre because it's not in Assassin's Creed, it's in The Division 2. In fact, it's even more bizarre because according to Ubisoft devs, this was an accident. So back in The Division 2, there's a part of the map with a big poster of a Viking holding an apple in the world Valhalla is written on it. Now, shortly after this poster was discovered, Assassin's Creed Valhalla was revealed. Is it a coincidence? I mean, it can't be, right? Well, apparently it was. According to the narrative director, Darby McDevitt, the Division 2 Easter egg had nothing to do with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. He says the Valhalla poster was simply put there because the Division 2 was made by a Swedish team who wanted to throw in a little Nordic history. Now, they have no idea, or they had no idea, that a Norse Assassin's Creed game was in the works. You can argue all you want on this one, but personally, I don't know if I believe this was all a coincidence. With how detail-oriented Ubisoft is, I think this is just a little too perfect of a scenario to be an accident. Assassin's Creed Rogue. Similar to the Division 2 Easter egg, this one, I don't know, it's coincidental. Maybe too coincidental to be a coincidence. Ubisoft loves teasing their new games and their old ones. Not too long ago, this Easter egg was discovered in Assassin's Creed Rogue. There is an audio log called Lindenfarn, where two characters are talking about their experiences using the Animus, and one of them starts talking about how in a previous life they were a Viking in an intense battle with a Saxon warrior that ended with him trying to recruit him. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Once again, the Ubisoft devs swear up and down this was accident, and they had no idea that AC Valhalla was in the pipeline, but I don't know if I believe it. That's two Ubisoft games teasing a Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I don't know. You tell me. Next up is Harry Potter. Now, Harry Potter is definitely one of the biggest fantasy franchises ever, and it's hard to find a modern day fantasy story that doesn't at least take a little bit of inspiration from it. Now, in AC Valhalla, while you're visiting Yanli's trading post in Ravensthorpe, you can collect pages of a mysterious book. Once you put all those pages together, you're going to see the title is Fantastic Fishes and Where to Find Them. Once again, Fantastic Fishes and Where to Find Them, which is an obvious reference to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which, of course, is the spinoff to the main Harry Potter storyline. Now, it's a small reference, but a very appreciated one. I have to ask you, do you enjoy the Fantastic Beasts storyline? And at number 1 today, and probably my favorite, Lord of the Rings. Now, much like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings is one of those fantasy franchises that absolutely everybody will reference and pay tribute to. After all, it's one of the most influential stories in the history of fiction, if not the most. Now, there is a side mission in Assassin's Creed Valhalla that is basically one long Lord of the Rings reference. You come across a man sitting on a throne who recruits you to retrieve a special golden ring for him. Now, I'm not going to spoil too much of what happens afterwards because it's actually a pretty awesome Easter egg, but basically, it's 4 minutes of the Lord of the Rings references. It's fun. It's a fun reaction for any fan that's a fan of both franchises. Anytime you bring two legendary franchises together, people are going to smile. And there you have it, my friends. Those are some really cool Easter eggs that have already been discovered in Valhalla, or in previous games that supposedly it was a coincidence. There are going to be many, many more. If you guys would like us to cover this in the next week or two as they start to come out, definitely drop a like and let us know in the comment section. If you're picking up Assassin's Creed Valhalla, let us know what you think. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon.
They are heartless. Godless barbarians. They murder and kill blindly. They scar the lands of England. Lands they will never defend, never love. The time has come to speak to them in a language they will understand.